very excited because I'm here on the bridge of P&O's Ventura and I'm with the Captain Paul Brown. Thank you so much for joining me, Captain. Really
Pleasure.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And all the more special because I believe you've delayed your imminent departure. You're supposed to be going home, aren't you?
I am indeed. I leave Ventura today after 3 months on board, and I'm heading off for my holidays. So It's a pleasure to be able to catch up with you and give this interview just before I leave.
And what does the captain do on a holiday? Do you go on a cruise? Or
I do not. I do not go on a cruise. Indeed, I have a little house in Spain.
Oh,
and
lovely.
When I went to look for the house, the estate agent said, "Oh, we'll find you a house with a nice sea view." I said, "No. I want to." So my house faces the mountains and the trees. I don't go near the sea ordinarily on leave.
So you get a chance to go home, to put your feet up. What's the first thing you do when you get home? Do you make yourself a cup of tea?
Nice cup of tea, and go for a walk in the garden. And on a beautiful day like this in Southampton, I'm really looking forward to that.
Is it a long journey for you, or is it?
It's about an hour's drive home.
Oh, that's okay. That's quite nice. And it's been a good 3 months.
It's been an excellent 3 months. I've got to say, the ship has been predominantly in the Mediterranean or the Canary Islands, a little bit of Norway, but we've had really great weather throughout, and it's been a really nice season with some fantastic ports, and yeah, it's been a really good cruise.
Now, I think, did a little birdie tell me you've been with P&O, is it 25 years? Or?
I have been with P&O Cruises now for 24 years. coming up for 32 years at sea, but 24 years with P&O.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
And so you worked your way up through the ranks with P&O?
Yeah, I started as a cadet on board the ship, and a series of training and going backwards and forwards to college and time on ships. And then a third officer and a second officer and a senior second officer, first officer, safety officer, deputy captain and captain. It took me 10 years to get my captain's license, but 25 years to get the captain's job, which is quite typical on board a cruise ship because of the hierarchy and the stages to go through. And I'm not sure if some passengers might be a little off-put if the captain of the ship's 26 years old. So,
yeah, of course. You've gained the experience as well.
You have to gain the experience,
don't you? Yeah.
And in some respects the weight.
That's awesome. Now, you so 25 years, you've just done 3 months to go out to the Canaries and going a little bit of Norway as well. I mean, you must have seen the whole world in your time so far.
Yeah, I have actually, yes. I've seen, I've been to all of the cruising areas that we would normally visit, with the exception of South America. It's the only place I haven't done, so I'm sure that one day I will go around Cape Horn, but at the moment, the Far East, Australasia, the South Pacific, Norway, the Baltic, East Coast of the States, West Coast, Alaska, Trans-Canal through the Panama Canal, world cruises. I think I've done 8 world cruises, so I've seen a fair few places.
Do you have a favourite area? I know this is such a cliche question, I realise that, but if you could put a cruise together, what would it be?
Well, if you have a regular cruise, then I have to say I love the Mediterranean. Okay. I think the mix of the culture, the architecture, the food, and just the vibrancy of the Mediterranean. So I really love the Mediterranean. Having said that, I also there's one particular cruise that we do that goes to the east coast of the States. We go to New York and New England and up the coast to Canada. That's a really nice one. Bar Harbor,
yeah,
indeed.
Amazing.
Boston and Newport, Rhode Island, really, really nice places. And I have to say, I do like to go on a world cruise every now and again to coming into Sydney Harbour and Hong Kong and New York. So there's some real, great places around the world that we visit.
I mean, you mentioned going up the East Coast, up towards Bar Harbor and kind of Halifax up that way. Do you? When I'm trying to remember my memories of it, the port agent would come on and they bring lobsters on in the shoe boxes.
Exactly, the lobster, main lobster. Yeah, that was
you get
kind
lobster
of a highlight.
You get lobster dinner,
and then we get the big plastic bibs so that we don't get covered in food on our uniform. But no, East Coast of the States I particularly like. But I think certainly from Southampton, I don't think you can beat the Mediterranean for a cruise.
Absolutely.